Good afternoon to all. Welcome to Digital Learning, Department of Collegiate Education. My name is P.Ranganayakulu, working as an Assistant Professor of Commerce at Government First Aid College for Women, Tumkur. The subject of business law or the business law subject is one of the subject for the 6th semester BCom students. Today I would like to explain the acceptance, the meaning, the definition of an acceptance, and also the essentials of valid acceptance, part 1. And the essentials of valid acceptance is divided into two parts. In the part 1, only one of the essential of valid acceptance and the introduction of the acceptance, meaning and the definition of the acceptance will be explained in part 1, and the remaining essentials of valid acceptance that I will be explained in the part 2 in the next video. Let us see what is the introduction of the acceptance. So why the acceptance is important, and if there is an absence of acceptance, it will not become the valid contract. Therefore, in order to become the acceptance as a valid acceptance, it requires some essential conditions which are to be fulfilled. Then only the acceptance will become the valid acceptance. If there is a both valid offer and valid acceptance, that is a valid contract, and that valid contract can be enforceable by law. So that in the previous videos, the offer, how the offer will become the valid offer, that we are explained already. And today let us see the introduction of the acceptance. So here the offer and acceptance in a contract are like two sides of a coin, and the absence of any one will not create any contractual relationship between these two parties. For a successful contract, there must be a valid offer followed by the offer being accepted. So let us see that the offer and acceptance, that is valid offer and also the valid acceptance in a contract. And if there is no offer and acceptance, there is no contract. Therefore, the contract, for the contract, these two are very, very important. That is the offer and the acceptance. They are like, both the offer and acceptance are like two sides of a coin, and the absence of any one will not create any contractual relationship between these two parties. The absence of any one means either of the absence of offer or of the absence of the acceptance will not create any contractual relationship. So here the contract, it creates the contractual relationship between the two parties. So therefore, in order to create the contractual relationship by both the parties, so definitely the offer and as well as acceptance are very, very important. For a successful contract, there must be a valid offer followed by the offer being accepted. So if the contract wants to become as a successful contract, definitely it requires that offer must be a valid offer, and it should be followed by the offer being accepted. So therefore, and if there is an offer, definitely for that offer there should be a valid acceptance by the offeree. Then if there are both, that is valid offer and acceptance, automatically the contractual relationship will be created between the parties, and that contract will be successful in the court of law. ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ನಾವು ಇದರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಾವೇನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದಂದ್ರೆ, ಎರಡು ಯಾವುದು ಆಫರು ಮತ್ತು ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಎರಡೂ ಕೂಡ, ಬೋತ್ ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ ಆಫರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ದಟ್ ದ ಆಫರ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಆಫರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. Both are very very important, and these two are compared with the two sides of a coin. So therefore if the ಕಾಯಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಎರಡು ಸೈಡ್ಸು ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ದಟ್ ಕಾಯಿನ್ ಈಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಮಗೆ ಆಫರು ಮತ್ತು ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಎರಡು ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ನಮಗೆ ಆ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್, ದ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಎನ್ಫೋರ್ಸಬಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಾ, ಅಂಡ್ ಸೈಮಲ್ಟೇನಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್, then there will be some contractual relationship between the parties. So therefore both the valid and offer and as well as the valid acceptance are very very important for the contract, for the creation of contract, and also for the creation of the contractual relationship between the parties. And for a successful contract there must be a valid offer followed by the offer being accepted. And if anyone is absent, either of the offer or of the acceptance, if there is an absence of anyone, and there will not be a contract, and therefore the contract it requires both the valid offer and as well as the acceptance. So therefore if these two are present, the valid offer and acceptance are present in a contract, that will become a valid contract and it will be enforceable by law in the court. Therefore the contract is not important for us, the successful contract is very very important. Therefore for the successful contract, and how the contract will become the successful contract, provided if there is a valid offer for that contract and also the valid acceptance for that contract. ಯಾವಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಆಫರು ಮತ್ತು ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ, that type of contract is called as the that contract will become more successful in the court of law. So therefore this is about the introduction of the acceptance. ಇದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು, ಎರಡೂ ಕೂಡ ಆಫರು ಮತ್ತು ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಎರಡೂ ಕೂಡ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಆಫರ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ಅದು ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಗಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸಿ ದಿ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ acceptance. The act of agreeing to something such an offer or invitation. So that is, act means the activity of agreeing to something such an offer or invitation means, so it is one of the act of offering. The acceptance is nothing but it is act of offering. So that is, he is ready to do something and he is accepted that offer, and therefore when he is ready to do something, an act, and definitely that offer, then there is a valid acceptance by the offeree. Therefore the act of the acceptance is nothing but it is an act of agreeing to something such an offer or invitation, and when the offeree is agreed to do something for that offer, and that something is nothing but it is an acceptance. So here acceptance means agreeing to receive something or the act of receiving it. So acceptance is nothing but the agreeing to receive something or the act of receiving something. That is, if he is received anything from the offer which is made by the offerer to the offeree, that will become the acceptance. So here the acceptance means it is an act of, activity of, it is one of the act, means who is agreed, the offeree is agreed to something such an offer or invitation. So then acceptance means agreeing to receive something or the act of receiving it. So here we are quoted an example for the sake of understanding of the acceptance. That is, if someone gives a gift and another receives it, then they have accepted the gift, therefore having an acceptance. So here there are the two parties. So the donor and donee, that is, the person had given the gift to another person, and the other party, the opposite party, and another person who is received the gift. So here one party is offered the gift, the other party is received the gift. So therefore the offer is from one party and the acceptance is by the other party. Therefore definitely the contract will be created between these two peoples. So therefore if someone gives a gift and another person received the gift, then they have accepted the gift. Therefore having, here we can observe with this example, here the acceptance is occurred. There is an acceptance. So acceptance by whom? The acceptance by the offeree, and offer by the offerer, and the acceptance by the offeree. So therefore here there is a both are present here, offer and as well as the acceptance. And if there is a offer and acceptance, both the valid offer and acceptance, then the legal contract, the valid contract can be created, and some relationship, that is some legal relationship will be created. Definitely the valid contract will be made and the contract can be enforceable by law. So therefore this is the meaning of the term acceptance. So the acceptance is nothing but the act of agreeing to something, such an offer or invitation. The acceptance means agreeing to receive something or the act of receiving it. So that the meaning of acceptance can be understood with the help of this example. So here the example is quoted. If someone gives a gift and another receives it, then they have accepted the gift. Therefore this is nothing but a, here there is a acceptance is occurred. So therefore there is a contractual relationship that can be observed, and the valid contract will be created between the two parties. And let us see the definition of an acceptance. The Indian Contract Act of 1872. So under section 2 subsection B, under which the acceptance is defined. So the Indian Contract Act of 1872 defines the acceptance in the section 2 subsection B. So the acceptance is nothing but when the person to whom the proposal has been made signifies his assent thereto, the offer is said to be accepted. Thus the proposal when accepted becomes a promise. So this is the definition given by the Indian Contract Act of 1872 under section 2 subsection B. So let us explain the definition of an acceptance. The acceptance is nothing but, so it is when the person to whom the proposal has been made, so to whom the offer has been made, signifies his assent. So the assent, ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆ ಸೂಚಿಸ್ತಾರೋ. So ಯಾರು? The offeree, when he is ready to assent for that offer, there is an assent from the offeree. Therefore the offer is said to be accepted. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗಾದರೆ ಆಫರರ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಆಫರಿಗೆ ಆಫರ್ ಇದೆಯೋ, ಆ ಆಫರಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸ್ತಾರೋ ಆ ಆಫರ್ಗೆ, ಸೊ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ದೆನ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ the acceptance of the offeree. Here there is a occurring of the acceptance. Here there is an acceptance by the offeree. Thus the proposal when accepted by the offeree, then it will become the promise. So here this is the definition of the acceptance given by the Indian Contract Act of 1872 under section 2 subsection B. So therefore according to this section of the Contract Act of 1872, what is called as an acceptance? Acceptance is nothing but when the person to whom the proposal, the person means here when the person here is the offerer, and to whom the proposal has been made. To whom here is the offeree, to him the proposal has been made, and for that proposal there is an assent, means so the offeree is ready to accept that offer which is made by the offerer. There is an assent ಅಂದರೆ ಇವರು ಆಫರಿ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸಬೇಕು ಆ ಆಫರ್ಗೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನೇ ಅವರು ಸೂಚಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫೈಸ್ ಸೂಚಿಸೋದು. ಸೊ ಅಸೆಂಟ್ ಡೇರ್ ಟು ಯಾವಾಗಾದರೆ ಆ ಆಫರ್ಗೆ ಆ ಆಫರಿ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸ್ತಾರೋ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಆಫರಿ. So therefore here there is a offerer and there is a offeree, and the offer is by the offerer and there is an offer by the offerer, and here there is a assent by the offeree. That assent is nothing but the acceptance for that offer. So here thus the proposal when accepted becomes a promise. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗಾದರೆ ಆ ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಆಫರರ್ ಟು ದ ಆಫರೇ, ದೆನ್ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ accepted by the offeree, that proposal will becomes the promise. So therefore how the promise and how the proposal will become as a promise? The proposal will become as a promise only when that proposal is accepted by the offeree. Suppose if he is not accepted, if the offeree is not accepted the proposal which is by the offerer or the proposer, and here there is no promise. So therefore in order to become the proposal as a promise, and it requires the acceptance by the offeree. So then when the proposal is accepted by the proposee, by the offeree, then that proposal will become as the promise. So based on this definition, what we can understand here is that ಈ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾವು ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಈ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೋತ್ ದ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್, ದಟ್ ಆಫರರ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಆಫರಿನೂ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತು ಆಫರರ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಆಫರ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಆಫರಿಗೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಆ ಆಫರಿಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸಬೇಕು ಆಫರ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅವರು ಅದು ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸ್ತಾರೋ ಆ ಒಂದು ಆಫರ್ಗೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಆ ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ದ ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಆಫರ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಫರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಆಫರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎರಡೂ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ ವೆನ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಎ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಆಫರಿ ಆರ್ ದ ಪ್ರಪೋಸಿ. then only that proposal which is made by the proposer will become the promise. So this is the definition which is given by the Indian Contract Act of 1872 under section 2 subsection B. And let us see one of the example here for the clear understanding of the acceptance. Here A is offered to buy B's car for rupees 2 lakh and B accepts such an offer. Now this has become a promise. So here we can observe the two parties in this example, the A and B. Here A is the offerer and B is the offeree. From the A there is an offer. What offer here it is? The offer is A wants to buy the B's car. A wants to purchase the B's car for rupees 2 lakh. So here the elements are very clear in the offer. The essential elements in the offer, it is very clear, that is of the then, and B here is accepted that offer which is made by the A and such an offer. So now this has become a promise. So here B is accepted the offer of A. So it means B is ready to sell his car and B is ready to hand over his car and to A. So therefore according to the Transfer of Property Act, then the property will be registered in the name of A after A is paid the amount of 2 lakh to B. So therefore, and with this example, so we can understand that what is called as an acceptance. So therefore the materials of the offer here is, there is a offer and there is an offer and there are the two parties here. The one is offerer and the another party called B is the offeree. Here there are the A and B. A is the offerer and B is the offeree. And here both the parties are there in the offer and there is an offer from the A. A is offered to buy, means A is interested to purchase the car of B's. Therefore B is also ready to sell his car to the A and therefore B is accepted the offer of A. So therefore there is an acceptance and there is an offer, and therefore that is called as an acceptance. So that B accepts such an offer. B is accepted the offer. That acceptance will become the valid acceptance. Therefore now this has become a promise. Next, an acceptance can be made by words, spoken or written. It can be made by conduct also. It can be accepted only by the person to whom it is made. So let us see what are some other essentials and what are the requirements for the acceptance. So the acceptance are the preconditions or the prerequisites for the acceptance. An acceptance can be made by words, spoken or written. So the acceptance by the offeree or the acceptor can be made by words, spoken or written. That acceptance ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಸೂಚಿಸಬಹುದು. acceptance ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ by words of mouth, that is spoken, that is oral, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಓರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅವ್ರ acceptance, ಅಥವಾ ಅದೇ acceptance ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಸೂಚಿಸಬಹುದು. ಅದನ್ನ it may be a oral or maybe a written. So therefore acceptance can be made by words, spoken or written. And also it can be made by conduct also, by doing some activities. The acceptance can also be accepted and it will become that is valid acceptance, provided the offeree can do something. It can be made by conduct, behavior also, that is of the acceptance can be ಆ acceptance ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬಹುದು. So therefore the acceptance can be made by conduct also. So it can be accepted only by the person to whom it is made, provided. So acceptance ಯಾರು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೆ ಆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೋ ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ಅದನ್ನ acceptance ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. So this is about the acceptance. So based on this we can be understand some the prerequisites of in acceptance. So here the acceptance can be made by words spoken or written, and the acceptance can be made by the conduct also, and the acceptance it can be accepted only by the person to whom it is being made. And let us see the one of the essential elements of the valid acceptance in the part 1 of this video, and the remaining essentials that I will explain in the next video, that is in the part 2. So first and foremost important, that is of essentials of the valid acceptance is acceptance must be given only by the person to whom the offer is made. An offer can be accepted only by the person or a person to whom it is made and with whom it is, to whom it imports an intention to conduct. That means it cannot be accepted by any other person without the consent of the offerer. In general, an offer made to a particular person can be validly accepted by him alone, and an offer made to class of persons can be accepted by any member of that class, and an offer made to the world at large can be accepted by any person who has knowledge of the existence of an offer. So here first let us see the acceptance must be given only by the person to whom the offer is made. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ, ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಆಫರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಸೊ ಕೆನ್ ಬಿ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಬೈ ದಿ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಆರ್ ಎ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಟು ಹೂಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೇಡ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೆ ಆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೋ ಅಂಥವ್ರು ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ಆ ಆಫರ್ಗೆ ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. And therefore an offer can be accepted only by the person or a person to whom it is made. ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೆ ಆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೋ ಅಂಥವ್ರು ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಹೂಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಟು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಯಾರು ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸ್ತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರನೇ that is for the interest ಇರುತ್ತೆ about the contract. Let us enter into the contract, let us create the contract, let us have the contract so with the other party ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ಅದನ್ನು ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ another person without the consent of the offerer. ಆದರೆ another person ಕೂಡ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಅದೇ ಆಫರ್ಗೆ, ಸೇಮ್ ಆಫರ್ಗೆ. ಆದರೆ then he has to obtain the consent of the offerer. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರಾದರೆ ಆಫರ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಅವರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆಯವರು ಅದನ್ನ ಒಪ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಆಫರನ್ನ ಇದನ್ನ ಇವರು ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ತರಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿ ಆಫರರ್ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ತಂದು ಅದನ್ನ ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಅದೇ ಆಫರ್ಗೆ. ಕಾನ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ದಿ ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಆಫರರ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಫರರ್ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ತಂದು ಆಫರಿ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ಪ್ರೊವೈಡೆಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ದಿ ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಆಫರರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಜನರಲ್, ಇದು ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ನಮಗೆ. ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಎನ್ ಆಫರ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಟು ಎ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಕೆನ್ ಬಿ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಹಿಮ್ ಅಲೋನ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಫರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಫರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಜನರಲ್ ಆಫರ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಫರ್ ಅದರ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಫರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಫರ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಏನ್ ಆಫರ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಟು ಎ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಫರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಾದ್ರೆ ಆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೋ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೂಚಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಕೆನ್ ಬಿ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್, ದೆನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದಟ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ದಿ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಅವ್ರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಅವ್ರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಫರ್. ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಫರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಫರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಫರ್ಗೆ ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಫರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆ ಸೂಚಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ದಟ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ದಿ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಏನ್ ಆಫರ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಟು ಎ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಫರ್ ಇದು. ಸೊ ಟು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಫ್ ದ ಆಫರ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್, ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಅಂತಹ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋಂಥ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಅದನ್ನ ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸಬಹುದು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಎ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಫರ್. ಅಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ the class and an offer made to the world at large can be accepted by any person. ಅಂದ್ರೆ suppose if it is also one of the type of general offer, if there is an offer to the world at large, it is applicable to all the public. ಈ ಆಫರ್ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಆಫರ್, ದಟ್ ಆಫರ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸಬಹುದು. ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಆಫರ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ important. So therefore in general an offer made to a particular person can be validly accepted by him alone, and an offer made to a class of persons can be accepted by any member of that class, and an offer made to the world at large can be accepted by any person who has the knowledge of the existence of an offer. Next, here there is an example, and it is one of the case law happened in the 1857 in Bulton versus Jones. A sold his business to his manager B. Here there is one example for the understanding of the acceptance. A, who is sold his business to his manager. Who is the manager? B is the manager in the business of A without disclosing the fact to his customers. And C sent an order for the supply of goods to A by name B, who received the order and executed the same. It was held that there was no contract between B and C because C never made any offer. So here ಇದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾವು ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದಂದ್ರೆ, ಎ ಅನ್ನೋರು ಅವ್ರ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬಿ ಗೆ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಿ ಯಾರು? ಬಿ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಆಫ್ A's business because of some unavoidable circumstances, because of some financial problem, or whatever may be the problem, or maybe a personal problem, or maybe the financial problem, or any other problems. Because of that problems, A sold his business to his manager B. But at the time of the sale, and it is a responsibility of the A to inform to all his customers. But whereas he is not informed to any customers. But later on what it was happened here is, C sent an order for the supply of goods to A by name B received. But C ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, C is a third party. ಅವರು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇನ್ ದ ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ A. A ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್, ನಮಗೆ ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತವೆ, ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಬಿ ಇಸ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ ದ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್. ಬಿ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಆಸ್ ಪರ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ದ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ ಬೈ ಬಿ ಟು ದ ಸಿ. ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ನೋ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಬಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಿ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಿ ನಡುವೆ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಎನಿ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ because the C never made an offer. So therefore, because C, that is, never made an offer. So here in these circumstances there is no valid acceptance, and therefore it is not a contract. So this is one of the example given. So here with the help of this we have understand about the introduction of the acceptance, meaning of the acceptance, definition of the acceptance, and also one of the essentials of valid acceptance. Thank you for watching this video.